Hello and welcome everyone to Introduction to ServiceNow Support, where we are driving customer service excellence here. First thing I want to cover here is our safe harbor notice. And what this notice simply says is that everything that we share in this presentation is based on information that's currently available as of the date of this session. That's all that statement really means here. And as you may or may not know, that today's session is really a part of Live on ServiceNow, which is really just a curated of series of event series that are designed to connect you with ServiceNow experts and peers to help you deploy your products with greater value. And so, as you can see on the screen here, if you want, you can scan that QR code or follow the link that's been placed in the chat, and this will take you to a list of events that we have here. So we hope that this is maybe your first, but hopefully not your last time joining us for our live events here. So I'll give you about 5 seconds here. Go ahead and scan that QR code or follow the link that's been placed in the chat. I want to start off with a couple of easy, basic housekeeping items here. Number one, we do have a Q&A panel that's part of this webinar series. So if you have any questions along the way as we go through our time together, please use the Q&A panel. It's the easiest way for us to see questions at the end when we will have a few minutes to answer those questions. This session is being recorded, and you can watch this playback in our ServiceNow community where we will post it. In addition, at the completion of this program, you will be receiving a survey, and we want to thank you in advance for your feedback. Now, who is this guy that's been chatting with you for a few minutes here? My name is Marcus Gray. I am a learning delivery lead here at ServiceNow, and I'm going to be one of your hosts for today's session. Joining me here is Catherine Isaacs. And Catherine Isaacs works in our support organization. So, Kathy, would you like to just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, my name is Catherine Isaacs. I go by Kathy. I have been with ServiceNow in the support organization for 13 years this September. When I joined, I was a TSE. I started off on our performance team and I started off in our San Diego office. I currently am based in Orlando, and I'm a regional leader for the integrations team supporting our AMS East and Latin America regions. I'm so happy to be here today. Thanks for having me, Marcus.
Hey, thank you so much, Kathy. I'm excited that you are joining us today. So, for now we know a little bit about who you are. Let's get to know our audience a little bit better. So, we're going to take a poll here, and the poll's going to pop up, and the question is, which role do you identify with? So, are you an administrator? Are you a developer? Are you a service owner? Are you a partner? Which role do you identify with? And we'll give you a couple of seconds here to go ahead and fill out that poll. And let's see what we have in our audience today. Okay. So as the results are coming in, we see, okay, a good balance here, good balance here. And I think we'll be able to share those poll results here in about a few seconds here. I think some responses are still coming in. Okay, let's go ahead and share those poll results. So it looks like we got a good balance between the administrators and service owners here, and then a little smaller balance between developers and partners. So good. All roles that we've posted on there are represented here on this webinar. So great to have you all here. Thank you so much. All righty. Now, here's kind of our game plan and our agenda that we're going to be going through today here. A couple of things. We're going to be introducing you to ServiceNow support. We're going to tell you a little bit about our approach so you can understand how we approach support. We're going to introduce you to our ecosystem, which is our Now Support portal, and then talk about what about beyond self-service? So beyond the portal, what else is there available for you when it comes to support? And as I mentioned, we'll wrap up with some Q&A at the end of this session. Kathy, you ready to get started?
Let's go.
Awesome. All righty. So As folks may know, we are a global organization with so many support centers around the world. Kathy, question for you. How are we actually able to support all of our customers across this massive globe that we have?
Yeah, so we are a global organization. We have about 10 customer support centers spread across multiple regions. These centers provide support to both our commercial customers as well as our regulated market customers.
Okay, so we support commercial, regulated customers across the globe through our support centers. How are we actually able to do that, though? Is there a model that's in place? Like, how can we support all these customers and support this effort?
Yeah, so we offer a follow the sun model with live agent support for the most critical issues.
Okay, and when you say follow the sun, what do you mean by that specifically?
Yeah, so follow the sun is more so that you'll get 24 by 7 coverage from region to region. So we hand over to each region 24/7 through our support centers.
Awesome, awesome. So it's like as cases are continuing, one shift is picking up from another shift so that there's continuous support for the customers. Am I understanding that correctly?
Absolutely.
Alrighty, alrighty. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's think about just our approach and how we approach support. Um, Now, we do a lot of things here in support and to really make sure that our customers are actually taken care of. But there are a few things that may fall a little bit out of the area or realm of support here. But so Kathy, can you just describe for us what kind of support we provide and what are the differences, excuse me, between what's in support and what's out of scope?
Yeah, so customer service and support, CSS, is what's known as a break fix organization. This means our primary focus is on fixing out of the box product issues. So, in scope service means fixing platform and application functionality. Out of scope services mean assisting customers with how to implement platform functionality or how to customize out of the box features and applications. So for customers who need that level of service, they can work directly with their customer success team and or visit our ServiceNow Create site. On this site is where you'll find step-by-step delivery guidance based on real-world experiences and proven leading practices. In addition, you'll find structural approaches, success packs, and other assets to aid in successful implementations. Some impact levels have an option for developer support, but your support account manager, as part of your impact squad, will be the best resource to help you navigate this need as it arises.
Okay, cool, cool. So definitely there's a balance between the things that we do, directly within within like our delivery support organization, but outside of that, customers are still able to get that level of help depending on the type of support they require, correct?
That's correct.
Awesome, awesome. Now, you mentioned something about customer success. Now, what is actually the best way for our customers to get in contact with customer success group?
Yeah, so I would recommend starting with contacting the account executive and then going from there. They're going to be your best contact to point you in the right direction.
Okay, cool. So their AE, their account exec, usually will help them get in contact with that group. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Now I know that there's a myriad of different support packages that we have for our customers, and I believe we have four different support packages that are available and are unique to each customer. Can you just kind of briefly describe for us what the difference is between those packages, and also not just what's different, but what's actually consistent across all the packages?
Absolutely. So the support packages range from base to total. In the base, the coverage focuses heavily on self-service, and the support coverage is limited to 5 by 12, which is a 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and that accounts local time. In addition to self-service, the guided, advanced, and total packages all have a 24 by 7 support coverage. And the advanced and total packages have impact squads. Now, impact squads consist of your customer success manager, your support account manager, as well as your platform architect that's been assigned to your account. Our most critical issues, P1 or priority one cases, will have varying levels of responses based on the support package that you have.
Okay, gotcha. So there's different, just different levels or different packages, if you will, but it's safe to say that across the board, everybody's getting support, correct? To some,
Absolutely.
gotcha. Okay, just want to make sure, regardless of the package, we are getting support. Awesome. All right. So you've talked about the support packages here. Let's actually talk about, okay, how quickly should customers expect a response, once they engage support?
Yeah, and a good question. So it depends on as we move through the packages base to total. The response time adjusts just to the customer selected package, with advanced and total having the quickest response times. This structure is replicated through all of our priority levels from P1 beginning at the highest and down to priority P4, which is our lowest priority. It's very important to keep in mind that these times represent first response targets and not actual resolution times. So, in other words, these are the times that we are committing to initially respond to our customers' requests.
Gotcha, gotcha. So these are the initial response times. So these are the times based on the package that customers can absolutely expect a response from ServiceNow support, correct?
Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. All right, thank you for sharing that. That's really, really good, helpful information. So now we've understood just kind of our approach from ServiceNow support perspective. I want to take a moment here and really go into the Now Support portal, right? This is, as I mentioned before, this is our ecosystem, right? And you may be wondering, what is the Now Support portal? It's really an ecosystem of support tools, technologies, content, so that you as customers will be able to find the answers as quickly as possible. But before I actually dive into the portal, I want to kind of talk about how someone might go from resolving an issue to like a mix of self-service tools and now support. So, Kathy, can you just kind of talk us through how the self-service options are designed to help customers find answers quickly before they even need to open a case? What does that look like?
Yeah. So when a customer encounters an issue, you'll want to start with the ServiceNow support site called Now Support. This offers a range of self-service options designed to help find answers quickly and resolve issues without needing to open a case. So our guided self-service, self-help options include intelligent search, a comprehensive knowledge base, ServiceNow community, access to the service catalog, and the ability to view and manage open cases and changes, all in one easy to use experience. You can start by searching on our site for answers. However, you may not find what you need. So you'll have the option to open a case. So once you start a case, we'll ask you for some more detail. Um, we'll ask you for some more details about the issue and try to provide additional answers. This may give you what you need to resolve the issue. However, sometimes you just need human support. So you always have the opportunity to submit a case at any time.
Great, great, great. So what I think I'm hearing really is that there's a lot of different self-service options even before you get the case. And I think what we're trying to really demonstrate here is that here's some self-service options that you can do and kind of what that path looks like. I think that's really great information, which actually leads to, well, okay, after the self-service, right? Um, let's talk about when a customer actually has to submit a case. What actually happens after the case is received by support? What do we do with that?
Yeah, so once the case is created on the Now Support portal, machine learning ensures the case is assigned to the right team. So you get the help you need quickly. And this is based off of what we know about the case and your particular issue. So the case is routed to the appropriate team. The technical support engineer and subject matter expert picks it up and reviews. They troubleshoot and hopefully they resolve your case. If the issue is a complex one, The TSC will consult with additional subject matter experts within support, as well as our cross-functional partners outside of support, such as our platform team, our product and development team, or our site reliability, or sometimes even our network team.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I really just kind of I love this slide because it really gives us a very clear visual of the flow of what happens to a case once it gets submitted. And like you said, our TSEs, our technical support engineers, are reviewing the case, and and they have options of whether they're going to be able to solve the case, collaborate with other teams, or have to escalate it depending on the complexity of the issue. Great, great overview there. Now getting back to now that we understand kind of what the flow is theoretically, like how, how cases flow, let's talk about the support portal, right? And I love this phrase here. It says the Now Support Portal is the best way to experience support at ServiceNow. So let's look at it. Let's talk about it, right? So here's the Now Support Portal, and you can see on the screen here, this is your home for self-service support, instant management, catalog, service catalog, AI search, virtual agents, and so much more. Now, as we're getting ready to dive into the details and the intricacies of this portal, I love to just throw another poll up here, right? My question out to the audience is, do any of you actually use self-service? You either, yes, you use it and you love it. Nope, never tried it. Or what is self-service? Love to hear from you. Love to poll audience and see, do you self-service? The poll should be popping up there shortly. All righty, there it goes. Do you self-service? Yes, you love it. Nope, never tried it. What is self-service? All righty. Okay, responses are coming in. Good stuff here. All right, we'll give it about 10 more seconds or so and let folks respond to the poll here. Alrighty. Got a good 60% representation here. Okay. And let's kind of look and see what we got here. So it looks like most of the folks that responded say yes, they love it. That is awesome and amazing to hear. About almost 40% say, hey, we never tried it. That's cool. We're going to talk about it. And then a few people are like, hey, what is self-service? So let's get into it. So glad that um, you guys shared that. Awesome. Alrighty. So let's actually get into what this looks like. Thank you for your responses here. All right. To begin, right? Getting to the portal is very easy. So it's simply going to your browser, support.servicenow.com. That's how you get to the Now Support portal. Now, as I mentioned, this is your ecosystem, right? And this is a visual of what the support portal looks like. So I always like to kind of say it like this, right? If if you need to ensure that your security, your health of your instances, you need to view your information, you need to schedule your clones, you need to activate your plugins, you need to request password resets, this is your place. If you need to manage upgrades, instances, making sure your instances are up to date, this is your place. If you need to manage cases and changes and tasks and notification, this is your place. So simply put, I think it goes without saying that this is your place, right? And this is a good time for me to call out. If you see on the screen here on the lower left-hand side, there's a KB article, and you're going to see this throughout the remainder of the presentation as we go through the portal, right? This is just to let you know that these KBs provide additional information on the topics that are being covered on the screen. And this is also going to be provided in the resources section of this deck at the end of this presentation. All right, let's dive into it here. So let's start with one key feature here, the instance dashboard, right? You can get here by clicking on instances, as you see here, and clicking on the instance, and you'll be able to see what we call the instance dashboard, right? So Kathy, tell us a little bit right here. So what are some of the activities that customers can do on the instance dashboard?
Yeah, so this is a space where you can see real-time status information like uptime, the current version, scheduled upgrades and changes, or cases against a given instance. Using the Actions tab, you can also take actions against the instance as well.
Okay, got it, got it. Is there anything else, just from your experience, that we can do in the dashboard?
No, I think just noting that ServiceNow likes to um, really monitor, the uptime of your instances. So this is just something, a place where you can look just to see, hey, how much availability or uptime has my instance had over the course of a set period of time. So check it out.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Cool, awesome. Yeah, lots of cool features here, lots of management, administration type features here on the instance dashboard. Let's also look at here the maintenance center. Now, the maintenance center is really important, right? This is the dedicated place for customers to view, track, and engage with any maintenance communications that they may receive, including patching and upgrade, on the support portal. Now, when you go in here and you click on existing records, Kathy, tell us, what are some of the information that the maintenance center is going to display for our customers?
So the maintenance center will display information such as the most recent communication records for maintenance on your instances. It will show patching and upgrade program records and any communication records that need your attention.
Gotcha, gotcha. Now, we know what it's showing, but I think it's equally important to understand, why is this feature so important for our customers?
So the maintenance center allows customers to just stay in the loop on recent communications and schedule maintenance directly from the Now Support homepage. You can easily see communications that require action from you or your admins, and it allows you to ask questions and acknowledge important messages, all from within the communication record. This is an important page and one I get a lot of questions on personally from customers, so I recommend to view the page often or as part of your daily workflow.
Yeah, absolutely. Maintenance is key. Maintenance is key. Awesome. Cool, cool. All right. So we kind of got the lay of the land here, right? Okay, this is the support portal, but let's actually talk about how customers can get the best out of the best support experience using some of the self-service features, right? Now, when you are in the portal, you as a customer can simply just hit the get support button, right? And you're going to get the best results if you search in complete sentences or questions or phrases, just as if you're asking a friend or a colleague, right? Just thinking like AI, like native language, typing in what you need here. Now, when you do that, you click the Get Support button. This is going to bring you to the Get Support landing page, right? So, Kathy, if I am starting on my support journey as a customer, where would you recommend that I begin my exploration on the portal?
Well, if you're new, I go to the Get to Know Now support area. There are three resources that will give you information on how to get started. Clicking on each resource will bring out a slide menu of additional options.
Awesome, awesome.
So, just to continue on there, in the Getting Started section, you can learn about Now Support or get access to our Now Support mobile app. What I like about this section in the Now Support onboarding is the onboarding checklist. This is where you can check off key tasks that will help you ramp up as a Now Support user. In fact, some of the checklist items will be covered in today's session.
Okay. Yeah, right. So, using the now support section, right, you can see that this section actually focuses on how each of these key roles can use ServiceNow support from the administrator to the partner. So, as we mentioned, like, hey, what role do you identify with? If you look on the screen here, you can see if you're administrator, developer, service owner, or partner, you all can see personally how you can use now support based upon your role. And lastly, this is the My ServiceNow section, right? So this is one of the places where you can either manage your profile, your account, and all your preferences all in one place. So as a new customer, when you're getting started, this is the place for you to be. So I think it's safe to assume that our customers know what a knowledge base is, right? It's a collection of easily discovered KBs that can cover specific information or specific topics on the platform. But what is equally, if not more important, is actually how we here at ServiceNow use our knowledge base. So let's start with access. Kathy, tell us, how can customers search our knowledge base?
Yeah, so customers can use the search box under How can I get help? They can ask a question or do a keyword search, or they can view the entire knowledge base by following the link in the lower right corner. Not only does this search our knowledge base, but also searches product documentation and community posts related to uh, the desired topic as well.
Okay, cool. And here at ServiceNow, how do we actually manage our knowledge base though?
So we utilize KCS, which is knowledge centered support, to manage our knowledge bases for our customers. This means our engineers ensure content is relevant, that the content is continuously being created or updated as they investigate and resolve cases. In fact, we encourage our support engineers to write articles while resolving issues to proactively assist with future issues that our customers might have.
Nice, nice. So this is kind of just this is not a static type of knowledge base. So this is continuously evolving as new cases, new issues coming in. Our engineers are writing articles to be able to provide that continuous level of support for our customers, correct?
That's correct.
Now, what would you say is the benefit to our customers with this approach?
So the benefit to our customers, I think, is that articles are regularly refreshed with the newest and most accurate information.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy. Now, back to our landing page here. You can see there's a list of frequently used resources on the left-hand side here. We're going to spend the next few moments here just kind of exploring these resources, and we're going to start with patching and upgrading. You see, patching and upgrading really is a major task for our customers. I 100% know that every one of our customers on this call will or has already experienced patching and upgrading, right? Really, when customers upgrade their instances, it really helps them get the value out of the service out of ServiceNow by taking advantage of new information, new innovations, new releases, and everything like that, and especially new security patches to make sure that their instances are healthy and functional. Now, Kathy, what are some other takeaways that customers can actually get from this section of patching and upgrading?
Yeah, so I think here we have just um, all the information on the patching program. You can get end of life upgrades and fundamental information just overall about patching and upgrades, right? So there are cute few things you can learn here. So for instance, there's a video on how to upgrade an instance. This is where we describe the process for planning, testing, communicating, and applying a ServiceNow instance upgrade. This information can also be found on the product documentation as well. What's also cool is that you can self-schedule a patch or upgrade right from this page.
Yeah, wow. So not even having to open up a case or anything like that, or even having a calling support, customers can actually use the portal, use the patching and upgrade, and self-schedule their patches and their upgrades to make sure that they're continuously updated. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, now using the system clone application really is, we know, to copy everything from one instance to another, right? And it's typically used to copy a production instance down to a subprod or a pre-prod instance, to test any changes or anything like that. And really help to continue to back up and keep our systems updated, right? So here's a lot of information here on this screen about cloning, right? What happens if I, as a customer, want to know more about how a clone works?
So the Clone Basics KB, which is highlighted on the screen, will get you the most basic information about how clones work. You'll see the cloning options, rollback options, data server configuration, and much more.
Awesome. Now, what happens if I have an issue with a clone, or I want to know more information about how to even begin troubleshooting clones? What should I do?
Well, I would start with the clone facts first, where there's a compiled list of the most frequently asked questions about that's been asked of support. So we even have clone tips and tricks section where you can get the best experience learning how to use the clone process.
Oh, pretty cool, pretty cool. So lots of information about cloning, which is a very, very common practice for our customers. Um, let's look at the instance management section here, right? We have some management activities, some of which should be performed with caution. We'll talk about those. But Kathy, what are some of those activities that customers can perform when it comes to instance management?
Well, some of the activities would include retiring, renaming, restoring of an instance. As example, you may no longer need the instance or you have to revert back to a certain point in time. You can do that here.
Yeah. I think a couple of things to note here, right? These are all automated actions, right? So once you submit it, they're going to get done. And some of these activities can only be performed on non-production instances, i.e., restoring instances or Z-booting. Speaking of Z-booting, what exactly is Z-booting?
Um, a Z-booting an instance is when you completely reset your ServiceNow instance to that out-of-box configuration. All the customizations and any configurations that you had will be totally wiped away.
We definitely want to stay away from that unless it's the last possible resort, like if we have to, but definitely, yeah. So there's another feature that I actually like to highlight here, and this is the instance troubleshooter, right? And why is this instance troubleshooter so important for our customers?
The instance troubleshooter application, it actually enables system administrators to troubleshoot and resolve issues directly within their sub-production or production instances, all without the need to reach out to ServiceNow support.
Wow, so we're definitely helping our customers be really self-sufficient now. How does that actually work, though?
So what happens is there's an application that runs a diagnostic check on common configurations related to a number of products or services on the platform. Um, the findings are then shown in a summary screen along with recommendations on fixing those. So actions can be taken to implement the fixes and verify the resolution of the issue. If the issue is not fixed with the provided information, you can use the troubleshooting summary results to open a case with support.
Gotcha, gotcha. So customers can use the troubleshooter, try to resolve an issue that they may be experiencing, but if they're not able to, they can gather what they've gotten from the troubleshooter and then be able to submit that over for a case.
Absolutely true.
Pretty efficient there. I love that. Alrighty. Now, in addition to our knowledge base that we've talked about, we also have our known error portal. Now, our known error portal is a handy repository of any known errors in this ServiceNow product that have either been found by us, ServiceNow, or have been reported by our customers. Now, Kathy, tell us, why is this such a valuable tool for our customers?
So, this is important because known error articles describe the possible causes of issues within a system, along with steps to reproduce the issue and any available workarounds. But just keep in mind, not all known errors will affect all users. That's why we automatically show known errors for your production release or simply browse known errors that you subscribe to. So the portal has been a valuable tool for customers, but we're also looking for ways to make it better. So we heard your feedback and up-leveled the portal experience, including new filtering capabilities and the ability to search for articles. In fact, many customers use this before upgrading.
Yeah, I think this is so handy for our customers because, we need to know, customers want to know what issues exist, to the release or to the patch that I'm going to. And so being able to use this Nominator portal to see, hey, what's out there, what needs to be addressed as it relates to what they may be implementing, I think it's very good use of information. And you're right, a lot of customers absolutely use this before they upgrade. So definitely something to keep in mind here. Um, Now, automation, right? So we're looking at here this service catalog, which is found in our automation store. And it's really a critical part for our customers really to drive action, often without the help of the engineer. Remember, this is all about self-service right now. So Kathy, tell us, what are some of the top self-service requests available?
Yeah, so there's actually a few that come to mind for me. But I gotta say that the most common is activated plugin request. Plugins are how ServiceNow manages many extra features on the platform. Most plugins can be activated directly from your ServiceNow instance. So for plugins that do not show up in the list of plugins in your instance, you can use this request on Now support to ask for the activation. But another cool feature is the My IP information. Because ServiceNow can be integrated with items inside your company network, you may need to know the actual IP addresses that will be sending or receiving traffic. For example, your network administrators may need to add these IP addresses to a whitelist. So what's really cool about this catalog is that we use our own workflows to automate processes so that you, our customers, can run their own common requests without intervention. So if you want to see all the automations we offer on from this page, just select the View All, which will take you to the entire catalog.
Yep, and that's what's actually showing on the screen here. I love that when you said that we use our own workflows to automate our processes. So we always call that drinking from our own champagne. So I love that. Absolutely. Cool. Now, I think it's very important, right, for customer and partner administrators to really to keep their company contact information accurate and up to date on Now Support. And you will see here in this section, right, there's various options related to account management. Create users, manage contacts, update notification preferences. Kathy, tell us, why is this so important?
Yeah, so the company contacts are actually critical for communications with ServiceNow. As an example, company contacts are notified by email if there's a mass outage or an issue affecting your company's instance. So, just a pro tip, it's strongly recommended to have at a minimum of two Now Support administrators at all time. In the event of unavailability of either one, to ensure no disruption in managing your instances within Now Support portal.
Now, what would you say the impact is of not having updated contacts be?
I think the biggest impact, well, because we monitor all hosted instances, I think you'll miss important notifications such as those outages or downtime, or not know what is happening just on the platform.
Absolutely. Now, where do I actually go to be able to manage the contacts?
Yep. So just click on that drop down next to your name and select Manage Account and Users. Click the account contacts, and from here you can manage your admins, your business, support, technical, and security contacts. So even more, you can see your support account managers and your account executives.
Alrighty, yeah, they're showing on the screen here. Yep. So once you expand that My Contacts, here are all your key contacts that are associated with your account. Make sure the big takeaway is that all this information is updated so that you can stay in the know of what's going on around your instances. All right. Cool. Now, as we kind of round out our tour here of this Now Support portal, I really want to call out two additional resources here. The first is our video tutorials that you see on the screen here. Now, did you know that customers have direct access to our Now Support YouTube channel right inside the portal, right? And what's even cooler than that is that the latest videos that come from our community are loaded automatically for you. So you never have to worry about what are the latest video tutorials coming from ServiceNow, the right ServiceNow support. They're right here in the portal now. What can Now Support YouTube page do for our customers, Kathy?
So, as the official video destination for ServiceNow product documentation, I think the channel can help you get started with a product or a feature. It can help you understand the concepts and processes, and you can learn how to perform complex tasks.
Video of it really, really, really cool. So that just means that like a YouTube channel built in right into the portal. I love it. Alrighty. Now, the other resource that I want to call out is our ServiceNow community. So, they always say two is better than one, right? And this is why our community is very, very, very important here at ServiceNow. And we have a community well over 500,000 active users around the globe. And so this has absolutely proven to be a huge player, right, in the overall experience that our customers have here at ServiceNow. Now, Kathy, what are some of the highlights and benefits of using our ServiceNow community?
So the ServiceNow community is just a go-to resource to find answers in our forums and product hubs. And they connect with peers and events and learn more from blogs and articles related to our products and solutions. So whether you're a customer, developer, prospective employee, or just a fan of the brand, please know that this community belongs to you. Also, during our recent refresh of the community website, we actually introduced those product hubs. These are highly curated collections of the most relevant and important content you will need on the implementation journey. So we've broken it down into the four stages most customers go through: getting ready, configuration and go live, optimizing, and do more to take ServiceNow to the next level for your organization. And by the way, there are still forums for every product just in case you can't get your question answered.
Yeah, gotta love those forums, those community, we call it crowdsourcing, right? Getting the information that you need from others that are around. Alrighty, wow, that is a lot of self-serving here. So we've covered a lot of features when it comes to the portal, right? I want to take one final poll. Now that you have seen many of the features on the Now Support portal, let us know, what new feature are you excited to try? Is it the knowledge base, the service catalog, the video tutorials, the community, or just simply everything above? I love it all. I want it all. What are you most excited to try? Cool, cool. Responses coming in here. Yeah, okay. Let folks chime in here. I'll give it about 10 more seconds and I'll share the results here. Okay. Looks like it's slowing down. All righty. We're going to go ahead and end the. Oh, a couple more responses are still chiming in. Okay, cool. We're going to end the poll right here. Share results. All righty. So it looks like majority of you, 41%, said all of the above. That's cool. You liked everything. Some folks said they liked the knowledge base, the service catalog, and those video tutorials. Wow, that came in second place here. Now, I know we took that earlier poll here. So for those of you that were to take that poll again of like, hey, do you self-service? Everybody should say like either, yep, I love it, or I love it, but I haven't tried it yet. But no one should say like, hey, I don't even know what self-service is, because we definitely went through that. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for sharing all that, Kathy. That was really cool. Alrighty. Now let's talk about beyond self-service, right? We talked a lot about self-service. We want to talk about how we engage support or how our customers engage support beyond self-service, right? So we understand that all issues may not be solved by using self-service, right? But rest assured, we have support engineers who are eager, and I mean eager, to be able to help our customers, right? The way that you can reach out to our engineers and our support is simply by using the create a case button here, which you'll see here on the screen. And now, Kathy, tell us, when it comes to creating support cases, what are some of the best practices that customers should know?
So I got to tell you, this is actually my favorite part. But some of the things that we ask is that you just be as specific as possible. Include lots and lots of details. This includes attachments, screenshots, error messages. Just let us know what steps you took before you encountered the issue, so that our engineers can replicate. Going back to contacts, be sure to add your teammates to the watch list of the case so that others can be informed as well. So also consider the business impact. So when creating a case, I generally recommend considering these key questions like, what is the exact issue? Is the issue occurring right now? Can the issue be reproduced in a subprod environment? Does the issue only affect specific users, groups of users, or does it affect all users? And then last question I would ask is, when was the issue first noticed? The more details you can provide, the better we can resolve your issue. I'd also say keep in mind if you need to get in contact with the engineer assigned to your case, the best way to do that is to call us directly on the support line if it's urgent. Or sometimes our customers have built a great relationship with their account executive, but sometimes going through the account executive may delay the support teams getting the visibility on your case.
Absolutely. Yeah. So definitely there are those times that we want to make sure that you come directly to us when you need support, when you need help. We're always there available. But the word that stuck out to me as you were going through these list of questions is details, 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 right? The more details that we have, the more information you provide as a customer, the better help, the better way that we can help you, right? So help us, help you, right? Is how I like to sum that up. Now, great insights on how to submit a case. So let's actually just look at this flow here, right? What happens after the case is received by support? What does that process look like? Can you walk us through that really quickly, Kathy?
Yeah, so when a new case is created on the Now Support portal, we leverage AI to ensure the case is assigned to the right team. So the case is routed to the appropriate team. Then the TSC picks it up and reviews it. They begin troubleshooting and hopefully resolves your issue. But if the issue is complex, the TSC collaborates with additional SMEs within our support organization. So, extremely complex cases, though, that cannot be resolved within support, we send those to, we collaborate with our internal partners to troubleshoot, such as our platform, our product development teams, our site reliability, or network engineering teams. So, the TSC remains the customer's primary contact throughout this process.
Gotcha, 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 right? So it's really all about ownership, right? So when the TSC gets that case, they own it all the way through. Even though they may be working with other internal teams, they are the face for that customer for that particular case, correct?
That is absolutely correct.
I love that. I love that. Love that. All righty. Thank you for sharing that. Now, as you know, the saying goes, feedback is a gift, right? And here in support, we love to get feedback after cases have been closed out. Kathy, my very similar question. How important are surveys to support, and how do we actually use that feedback?
Yeah, so surveys, number one, help us understand the quality of service that we're providing customers, that our customers receive during the engagement they had with support. So this is including and not limited to, were you satisfied? Did the assigned engineer understand your issue? Or did you get timely responses? Was your issue resolved? Things of that nature. But we use this feedback to improve the overall quality of service that we provide to our customers.
Awesome, awesome. Now, how are CSATs sent to customers?
Surveys are sent by either email or you can access them right through the Now Support portal.
Wow, cool. Thank you for sharing that. All righty, folks, we have gotten to the end of going through our support process and our portal, self-service, what the case flow looks like, all the way through getting feedback after we've resolved your case. And we kind of come to this wrap-up session here along with questions. But before we get to that, I just kind of want to highlight maybe some things that stood out to me that Kathy shared with us today. Here, number one is use join the community, right? It's a wonderful resource. As I mentioned, that there are over 500,000 people that are in the community, so you are not alone on your ServiceNow journey. Number two, use the Now Support portal, right? Again, it is this robust selection of self-help options just to get the support that you need. And then number three here is when you open a case, provide lots of details, right? Help us help you. We love details, right? Okay, cool. Now, lastly here, our onboarding hub, right? So if you ever need to reference any onboarding materials or refresh yourself with the onboarding journey that you're on right now, the best way to do that, particularly as a new customer, is to use the onboarding hub, right? On the ServiceNow community page, which is one of the pages that we showed you. You may already be familiar with this, but this home onboarding hub really is designed to help you get started quickly, giving you access to resources like forums where you can ask questions and get answers. And inside that onboarding hub, you'll also find our onboarding guide. Now, this guide really is your step-by-step resource that shows you what to focus on first, how to build the early momentum, right? And it's practical, it's easy to follow, and it's something that you can share amongst everyone that's on your team to make sure that everybody is aligned, right? So if you haven't checked out these resources, please do. So we're all about helping you. We're on this journey with you. Also, with that being said, like I said, we want to help you. And this is a list of helpful resources that I believe are going to be dropped into the chat and also be associated with this deck as well, which you'll receive as being part of this event here. Before we go here, just got a few final reminders here. Number one, make sure you register for the ServiceNow community if you haven't already. Number two, visit the support portal, support.servicenow.com. And then number three, you can visit our ServiceNow support YouTube channel where you'll see a lot of the latest videos that are also in your support portal as well. Kathy, I want to thank you so much for just joining us today and just sharing all this wealth of knowledge and information about ServiceNow support. I want to thank everyone else that has participated in this and joined us on this webinar. Again, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you at a future webinar. Hope everyone has a great day. Thank you so much and take care.